Hello and welcome to Replica Blind Guns. Today I want to make a quick comparison between some of the well-known brands of blank ammo in my country. And since I'm from Eastern Europe, the majority of the ammo I'm going to speak about will be Turkish, and we have only one other, which is the Italian Fiocchi. First of all, what's most important thing in the blank cartridge? There are two major criteria. It is the primer. The smaller the primer, the better. It has been proven, and I'm not going even to speak about it. The higher the pressure and the better it works. And the cap or the tip. In order to do what it has to do, once the propellant is ignited, this plastic here must be split open, and thus the bank and the flash and the burnt gas will be able to go out of the cartridge. If this does not function correctly, you're very much likely to have a kind of jam or any other problem in your gun. So first I will start with the cheapest ammo I was able to find. It is the Turkish Yas iron, or the silver Yas as we call it, because it's with the silver casing. You see extremely big primer, and the worst thing in this cartridge is that the plastic on the tip is buried deep inside the cartridge, and the hole is extremely small, and that's why it is very, very, very likely to have some kind of malfunction when you shoot this gun. And besides that, these are probably the dirtiest rounds I have ever shot. 20 rounds of this is like you have shot 2 boxes of any other type. They're just messy and dirty, and I hate it. The next one is the silver Özkursan, or Özkursan. I don't know how I have to pronounce it correctly. If we have to make the comparison with the first one, the primer is still that big and bad. But this time it's on the top, the things looks a little bit better. A little bit, because it's very tiny hole yet, and the plastic is inside it, and that's why it's also very much likely to jam a little bit. And this edge over here, I have no idea why is it made for, but for guns like this Zoraki 917 that have some small edge inside the barrel, few times it happened to me that when the gun goes inside, this edge stick to the other one, and the gun is not able to enter the barrel correctly. Next we have the Özkursan again, but this one we have the golden case, and now the things are starting to look much better. First of all, you can see the primer is much smaller, and the tip is bigger, and that's why the risk of malfunction is going down and down. The next one is the golden Yas. One of the two possibilities. This one says blazer, because I think they make two kinds of golden Yas, and the other one has Yas. This one has blazer on it. In here, let's start with the primer. You can see the primer is even smaller, and the tip is even bigger. The cap, things are getting better and better with every next round. Then we have the regular golden Yas. The tip is the same. The primer is probably a little bit smaller. I'm not sure, but I think it's smaller than the other one. After that we have the Kaiser, and basically these are my favorite. First of all, the primer of the Kaiser is about the same size of the Yas, but you see the cap. First, it's light blue, and it's much better looking than the green one, at least for me. It is much wider, and that's why I have never ever had any problems with this ammo. I assure you, I have shot about 5-6 boxes of that. I've never had any problems. Sorry. And in the end, we have the Fiocchi, the Italian cartridges, the most expensive thing I was able to find, and you can see the difference. The primer is much smaller. It's you can see it's inside the cartridge, it's kind of separated, and the cap is, let's call it, the same. But the most important thing in this Fiocchi round is that, I hope you can see it, the plastic over here has been, oh come on, the plastic over here has been weakened in the center, and that's why it will make it much easier and guaranteed that it will spread once the cartridge is shot. That's it. To be honest, if I have to choose, these four are probably the same, with a little bit of difference in the Kaiser, mainly because of the wider tip. These two I don't recommend to anyone, and this one, to be honest, I haven't shot that much with Fiocchi or Humorex, because mostly because it's very hard to find them in the shops, and you see it was only one available in the shop, and I bought it along with the box. So that's it, guys. Thank you and good night.